A race against time. That's how one European leader describes the urgency needed for controlling borders in the refugee crisis. A summit in Malta with leaders from Africa and the EU has just wrapped up with the signing of a 17-page action plan. It includes dozens of short and long-term initiatives to halt the flow of Africans to Europe, and a nearly $2 billion emergency aid package for some African nations. The EU says up to 3 million more migrants could arrive in Europe in the next 2 years in search of asylum or jobs. As Europe's refugee crisis deepens, more border fences are being built, frontier controls reinstated, and even Germany has begun to roll back the welcome mat. CCTV's Jack Barton reports on Europe's increasingly tougher approach to new arrivals.
Best known for its open-door policies, Sweden reintroduced temporary border controls on Thursday in response to a record influx of asylum seekers.
The result is that we have control over exactly who arrives in Sweden, from where they arrive, and we diminish the possibility of losing unaccompanied children.
The announcement came as Slovenia began construction on a border fence similar to the one Hungary has already built along its frontier with Serbia and Croatia. Policy experts say while EU member states still disagree on building fences or reintroducing internal border controls, they do now agree the bloc's external borders need strengthening.
This welcoming map cannot be maintained forever because there are just too many would-be migrants out in the world. And moreover, the capacity in the short run to take on more refugees is limited and is being now fully used.
There are fears the Schengen passport-free agreement, allowing the free movement of people across most of the bloc, could unravel. Concerns shared by Luxembourg, where the agreement was originally signed. That country's foreign minister has warned that without radical steps to bolster the European Union's external borders, the Schengen zone could collapse within several months, and that could lead to the breakup of the EU. Sweden, Denmark and Norway are also pushing through tougher refugee legislation, including cuts to benefits for asylum seekers. Germany had earlier suspended the bloc's rules that force asylum seekers to stay in the first country of arrival, but has now changed its mind, even though it means the majority of migrants will be stranded in cash-strapped Greece. So Europe is getting tougher, but it doesn't mean the welcome mat has been rolled up altogether. Ordinary Europeans, organisations and clubs like this German football team are providing shelter and food to those who have already arrived, even as more obstacles are erected for those who have not already made the journey. Jack Barton, CCTV, Brussels.